personalization via big data analysis, and this technology can also be useful for you in making personalized offers for your clients and building loyalty, because the more personal attention you bring to your clients, the more clients you will have. Nobody anymore wants commodity. Everybody wants something tailored to what he needs. I would also like to mention the dynamic itinerary planning tools, which are also quite popular today and allow you to build smart itineraries for your travelers, including multiple services and including possibility to see them on the map, day-by-day plans, and so on. Again, technology becomes the daily assistant for all our clients, and so on and so forth. So technologies are great, and there are a lot of technologies. But the question is, if you dig deeper into these technologies, I'm 100% sure that you will say, I want this all. So do you like these technologies? Would you like them? Yeah, you can actually raise your hands if you currently use more than 80% of these technologies in your companies. Okay, it looks like nobody. And do you use at least one of the technologies that were on the previous slide? Okay, I see that you shake your heads. Okay, so then you are somewhere in the middle, and your company strategy in terms of digitalization can be to grow, but how to choose what to do next and how to organize this growth in your company. Let's talk about this today. And a few words about myself before we start the discussion. My name is Maria Bondarenko. I'm in the travel technology for more than 20 years. So I have seen the era when this technology just started, and I see how quickly it transforms in the modern world. I work in the company ITB Solutions, and today I present this speech on behalf of ITB Solutions that is also more than 20 years on the market, and we have more than 300 clients around the globe, and more than 500 projects successfully completed. And you can see the geography of our clients. They are actually on all continents, so we gather technological trends from all over the world and bring them in our solutions, and we have really great experience with multiple companies. Our main focus is actually DMCs and tour operators, but we also worked with OTAs, meta search engines, and we also have different projects in the different spheres. Some of them are based on our turnkey solutions, some of them are custom development. And throughout our history, just imagine 20 years, it's quite a long period, we had a lot of successful projects, and we are really proud of them. At the same time, we had some failures, and we regret about them. Today, I would like to share with you the facts which led to these failures, just to avoid them in future, and to warn you what you need to pay attention to in order to be successful and fast growing with the technology. Just a few examples before we start. The first one is a really good strategy. It is our current client, a small DMC, that has a plus 35% steady growth during the last 3 years. Actually, a really good result. And when we started cooperation with them, we talked about the technologies which were available at the time when we started, and definitely they told we want everything. But they have chosen lean development process where we initially introduced the automation for their hotels, then we added transport, then we added activities, now we are transitioning to package tours, also ability to integrate with their partners online, and so on and so forth. And with this lean development and starting with MVP, so only the most viable product they could provide, they just aligned their investments into the software with their growth. And they continue to grow. The more they earn, the more they can invest in the technology. Unfortunately, not everything is in our hands, and we had bad strategy examples in our history. This is another company that had huge investments in the beginning, and they had very interesting packaging idea to package hotels, flights, and events. But after 1.5 years lost, they were run off all the money, no more investments, but the project did not go live. Why this happened? Because it was like, oh, we have so many features, we want to do this, 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 and this. Okay, let's do that, then let's redesign. Oh, we have changed our mind, let's change this. We want our project to be ideal. Okay, it's our human wish to have everything ideal, but is it aligned with your business, and does it bring you results? In this example, unfortunately, it did not. Right now, they are looking for another iteration of investments in their project in order to proceed. Actually, what I wanted to show you with these examples, that many companies focus on tools and technologies. We see that on the market, we see that, we see that. But actually, it's more wise to see what technology can contribute significant results to your business. Not the tools themselves, but the results that you may achieve with the technologies. And this results in 5 principles that I have developed for smart digitalization. They are on this current slide. The first one is fast launch. Then KPI-driven development, then paying attention to TCO, total cost of ownership, simplicity, and integrability. Let's investigate each of them. The first one is about fast launch. With this part, actually, the main idea is that you do not need to implement everything at once. It's better to break down your ideas and your digitalization strategy into smaller pieces and into phases, and then you will be able to test, adjust, and improve without major disruption. Well, actually, as you see, the world of technology is changing, and launching within 1 month is much more wiser than having a lot of ideas and launching in 2 years. Why? Because with the modern world, nobody knows what shall be in 1 or 2 years. Maybe the whole world of travel technology will change, and maybe the whole world how we do travel business will change. AI agents may replace everything, and the traditional way how the software works may disappear. Is it a smart choice to wait maybe 1 year, 2 years, and then make decision? I think no. Why? Because in 2 years we will see another horizon. So there will be another software, will be other ideas, and so on and so forth. So the better approach is to see in what position you currently are, and see what you can do in a small chunk of development and in small chunk of digitalization, and make this decision and move faster. Just as an example, I would like to share with you how we have evolved our software. On the left, you can see how it looked 5 years ago. On the right, you can see how it looks right now. Initially, it was on Java technology and rich faces, and it was really popular at that time. But nowadays, this technology has went into the past, and we had to rewrite our software almost completely on the new technology, on HTML plus Vue.js, and so on and so forth. And we definitely know that in 5 years, we will have to make another update. So as a software vendor, we always keep track on the latest technologies, and we always update our software. The same you need to take into account when you consider your digitalization in your companies. So what a move fast means. Is it 1 month, 3 months, 1 year? Actually, our universal advice is to move with a 3 months digitalization framework. For small companies, this means that ideally you should launch within 3 months after the start. Select the software that fits 80% of your needs, and plan the launch as quick as possible within this time frame. If you are a middle-sized company, then it might take from 3 to 6 months to automate the processes that you want and move to the next level of digitalization. If you're a large company, it is up to 1 year, but still split by 3 months iterations. So select what to do for the 3 months, then implement this, and after end of this implementation, evaluate what is currently on the digital landscape in the world, and choose where to go next only then. Maybe you will update your strategy and see that something has changed, and you need to change your plans as well to coincide with the changing world of travel, and maybe the priorities will also change for you. A few words about our software. This is GP Travel Enterprise Platform, and actually within our company we follow this strategy of digitalization. The system itself is rather powerful already. It is the great tool for the tour operators and for DMC companies and other travel players to automate their business. We have a possibility to automate working with your products, with prices, with availability, with descriptions, B2B and B2C sales, enterprise management, and so on. Additionally, we propose abilities of customization so that the clients can either take our software as is, or they can decide to update it with additional features, additional customizations, and so on, to adjust to their own business. And this gives them the huge advantage because usually none of the software 100% fits to what we need. So you always need to select something that is the best, but having possibility to adjust it and fit to your business is a good advantage. At the same time, it's a big risk. And I will show you how a very small feature may become a monster. So when you order something from your IT company with whom you work, please bear in mind this fact. Let's take, for example, very easy request. So imagine that you are a destination management company. You have certain activities that you provide, and you would like to inform your clients in what languages your activities can be performed. Looks easy, isn't it? So just very simple feature. But let's have a look from the technology side what needs to be implemented to support this feature. First of all, we need to add the possible escort languages and the type, whether it is guide or audio guide, on the product creation page. But then we need to show this information on the search results. It's also good to add this to filter so that we have possibility to select only products in certain language. Then it's also good to see this in the reservation, what exactly is chosen, and in voucher, and so on and so forth. So initially thinking that, okay, developer can do it in 5 minutes, it appears that this feature may take up to 5 days, and it is quite long. Then let's think what else can be done within this time frame. And let's have a look at another possibility. This is, for example, upsell functionality. For the booking process, when we have selected hotel, the system can automatically suggest to add a few more activities. Really good strategy because your client usually travels just to have some experience, and having personalized data, what experience can be proposed for this client, you can easily increase the amount of payment you receive from your client. From the technology side, it will take approximately the same time. But let's have a look at your profit if you have one automation or another one. If we talk about on-product languages, whether it will bring you extra bookings, actually no. It will be just good enhancement in the system, but still you will have the same number of bookings. Shall this bring you extra profit? No. On the contrary, if we are considering upselling functionality, for example, with this approach, every month you will have plus 200 bookings, each $10 worth. So in the total, you will have $2,000 per month additionally. So this is the smart choice, to concentrate on this and do not spend time on the other side. Even in 2002, there was very interesting research that investigated how many features of the software are really used by the users. And as you see on this diagram, it's actually a really shocking fact that only 20% of features, they are highlighted with green, 13 plus 7, are used either almost or often. The others are used either rarely or even never. So when you perform some digitalization, invest in something, just be sure that what you choose is really demanded, but not something that you potentially think might be useful, but in the reality it becomes not. And the same rule, just a moment, you have something with the screen. May I ask for somebody's assistance? What has happened with presentation? Sorry? Yeah, okay. Yeah, sorry, so we are waiting a bit. Maybe we can talk about something in between with this topic. So actually what I wanted just to share with you that it's not so easy to create the technology. Many people are involved in that and when you are not inside this sphere, you may just think that, well, okay, it's not so complex. Just click on one button and you will receive something. But in reality, it's usually huge investments. And only the balance between what you demand and what outcome it brings for your business and the investments into the software is your key to successful digitalization. I hope we will see our presentation further. Okay, but it doesn't move. Can you please move to the next slide? No. Yeah. Okay, so it works. Then what we can do with that second slide from which I have started. Just put all the possible ways of digitalization of your company and compare the complexity of implementation or the cost of implementation of this with the business value that you have. You can actually calculate the exact numbers here and then have the list one by one and just start with the top. Implement this top decision during the next 3 to 6 months and then take the next one. So this is a really good approach and this will bring you the good results. But how you can evaluate which technology brings you the more business value? Every company is different and every company is on different level of digitalization and maturity of your business. And what is good for one company may be bad for another company. The very good approach is actually KPI-driven development. That means that you put to the top the idea of how much you would like to grow. Because the technology is not just the features or releases and so on and so forth. It's the help for your business. And the business is measured by KPIs. So what KPIs you may consider? The first KPI is turnovers. How much you would like to grow your business, for example, within the nearest 1 or 2 years. The second one is your growth in profits. How much is your current profit and how much you would like to grow there? Or maybe how would you like to expand on additional markets and so on and so forth. So with this visibility, you have more facts which further influence on making decisions. And a very interesting fact that throughout our 20 years history, very few companies talk with us about KPIs. Usually they say, okay, our business is our business. You are a technology company. Please provide to us our technology and do not interfere in our business. What result it brings? In this case, we concentrate on the features, on the cost of technology and so on and so forth, but we do not know how it will help to our clients. And the clients themselves consider that they know their business and they order something from us, like I have shown you that feature about add additional languages and so on and so forth. So we talk with clients about features, but this is not aligned. So these features do not directly grow their business because we simply do not know what they want. And recently we have changed our strategy. Right now we start every project with our clients with the question, what KPIs you would like to achieve within the nearest 2 years. And we have added the visualization to these KPIs, as you see on the screen, immediately into our software. So at the beginning of the year, the client may put his goals in the form of KPIs. I want to achieve these turnovers, or I want to achieve this profit. And during the year, the system automatically tracks the percentage of achievement, and it also compares it with the past years, with the previous and with the year before previous. Then we have changed the logic of how our people, how our technology specialists work with the client, and we have introduced a new role, customer success manager. Instead of project manager, business analyst, and so on, the person is targeted on customer success, and his or her main attention is the customer growth. And this significantly changes the world, how we interact and how we achieve these goals. And this is the example of the questionnaire from which we start the projects right now. What is your turnover right now? What is the size of your business? What you would like to achieve? And what you would like to have in the nearest time? For example, you currently start with 5% gross margin, but you want to grow it up to 7%. And in numbers, it will give these values. And at this moment, if I come to you and say, our software costs $5,000 per month, is it expensive? Who thinks that it is expensive? Who thinks that it's not expensive? Okay, no ideas. Well, I will then explain. So actually, it depends. So if you invest in the software, $5,000 per month, but this software gives you $200,000 per year additional income, so that you earn 3 times more than you have invested, it's really good choice. If not, then that's a different story. But again, in order to evaluate this, you need to think about this. So if you think about KPIs, and if you choose KPI-driven development, you have this chance. In order to track KPIs, you can actually use different parameters. So the turnover and the profit are the most evident, but as you see on these diagrams, you can also track other parameters as well. Then, the third principle relates to total cost of ownership. And we need to admit that software investments currently is not something one time, but it's a long-term strategy. For example, when you launch your business, it's important to develop logo, brand, and so on and so forth. And it can be one time. But if you think about technology, it should be lifelong. And ideally, to align approximately from 1 to 5% of your turnover to the software. This will allow you not to lose opportunities. So total cost of ownership is not your pain. It's your opportunity. You invest more in the technology, you have more revenue from that technology, and you grow better and faster. If you do not invest, or if you try to minimize this amount, then you will be just losing your market. And with the AI, I think that the share will be increasing. The more and more technologies there are in the modern world, and the less people. Less paper brochures. Many things are automated with the technology. Many companies are afraid of regular payments and referring booking fees, something like that. They prefer a one-time payment. And sometimes we start our negotiations with potential clients with this question: I want to pay more upfront, but please do not charge anything monthly or annually or no booking fees at all. But is it a good strategy? As I have already shown for you, the world of technology changes very quickly. And if you insist on one-time investment, or if you choose or look for software that has just one-time investment, this is very poorly aligned with your business. Why? Because in this case, okay, it's a good point that you have only initial investments. But in this case, there is definitely no focus of your development team on technological changes. You do not pay anything further, so you're just using that outdated version. And there is no alignment with your business. If we consider regular payments, for example, some fixed amount, like I have already mentioned, $5,000 per month or whatever else, then, okay, in this case, you have lower initial investment, you have focus on technology update, because the company will regularly get your payments and will regularly provide you with updates. At the same time, it's still not aligned with your business. And only the right column, where the pricing structure has some amount, either booking fee or profit share or something like that, aligns you 100% with your technology provider. So don't be afraid of this model. It's, to the contrary, the opportunity that will help your company to grow much, much faster because your IT company will be interested in your growth as well. The next principle in the model world is the simplicity. So actually, the software that is being developed is not for the technology itself, but it's for the people who will be using this software. And actually, the best software is the one you don't even notice. It just works. But if you have some automation of your internal processes, sometimes you are so enthusiastic by different tools and different technologies that you say, okay, I want this, I want that, I want that. And let's imagine that you have money to introduce in your company this and that technology. What is the result? You have many tools, you have many logins, you have additional processes automated by different software. And with this additional automation, you think that the efficiency of your personnel will increase. But in fact, it is not, because it makes the house in the company when the people have to switch between one software to another software to one more software, and this fact, as a result, decreases their efficiency, like down to 20 or even 30% when the people have to switch between different systems, when they have to manually input information from one system to another, and so on and so forth. So what is the solution? The ideal recommendation is to find one software or one technology platform that fits to most of your needs and provide one single solution for each user of your company. If it is impossible, you can pretend that you are using one solution via multiple solutions. How you can do that? First of all, there is a so-called SSO, single sign-on technology, when the user has to log in only once in one system, but automatically will be logged into the multiple solutions and will not need to log in multiple times. The second possibility is unified interface. So it's good if the software allows to adjust the UI to look like in a similar way for multiple solutions within the same company. And invisible interactions between the software. When the user clicks some button, he redirects to another software, but he still stays in the same framework so that it's invisible for him. So think about these facts when you choose what to automate and how to automate, just to increase the efficiency of such automation. And one more, the fifth essential principle in the smart digitalization is actually integrability. So you are working in the travel network, and definitely you do not operate only by your own company. You have your partners, you have your suppliers, you have maybe distribution agencies, you have third parties with whom you interact. And the ideal approach for digitalization is to interact with them not manually, but automatically, so that systems can exchange information between each other. This will reduce your errors, this will reduce efforts on processing this data, and this will highly increase your efficiency. Let's have a look at a few examples. The first one is channel manager integration. For example, you have contracts with hotels, you have 500 hotels, and you get from them contracts, prices, and availability. The old strategy is to assign manager who will be responsible for the contracts, and he will type all this data in the system manually. It is a huge time and a huge investment and a big risk of mistake. Instead of that, in the modern world, it's much more efficient to integrate with channel manager that will automatically pull this data from the hotel property management system, fulfill it within your solution, and you immediately see what are the actual prices nowadays, what quantity of rooms remains in this hotel, and the system can fully automate this contracting process. So zero time investments from your side, but immediate interaction. A really great example of when technology can streamline your business. Another example is API. API is quite a technical word, and it means that within your system there should be protocols to integrate not only with humans, but with the other solutions. And actually it's the must-have in the modern software, that the software should have this API for the integrations, where it can be helpful. For example, you have your partners who want to sell your products. And again, instead of giving them access to your system so that they log into your system and make booking in it, and separately make booking in their own solution, because they definitely need some CRM or ERP solution for their own business, you provide API for them and you act as a supplier for these companies. And in this case, they automatically get all your content, all your prices, and they do not duplicate their work. So you immediately integrate with your partner, and you reduce all the time, both from your side and from your partner side. Okay, so these were the 5 digitalization principles, but what we need to take into account also in addition to them, what is the hidden aspect? And actually the hidden aspect is human factor. So technology is not for the technology itself. Technology is for humans. And technology is only as good as the team uses it. remember that slide with that investigation that only 20% of features are being used. So if you focus on introducing new technology in your company, but if you do not focus on performing proper training of the personnel, of ongoing training of the personnel, because the technology evolves, so ideally you need to perform the further trainings every half a year or every year. In this case, you will be losing, because your people will not understand all the advantages of the new technology, and you will just use a small portion of it. While if you will pay huge attention to the human factor and to the training process, you may highly increase the involvement of your personnel into the new technology and the outcome of the new technology. And another factor of the human interaction is actually on your client side. Technology should support, but should not replace the human element. So if you automate these or these operations, just keep in mind that you should not over-automate. If you do not have any chance of your clients or users interact with humans, you may be in a big danger, and you may start losing the clients if the clients are not able to do something with your technology. For this point, I would like just to give you an example of my recent contact with some support of one famous system. I had some issue with it, it was not working, so I just contacted support, and the robot replied for me. I understood that it is a robot because of his standard answers, but I wasn't satisfied by them, and he actually did not solve my problem. At the end of the day, I just asked him, please call anybody who is human. I want to talk with a human. And he replied, I don't understand you, please ask again. I told once again, please ask some human to interfere our communication. I need to talk with human. And he told again, I don't understand you, please repeat again. So after 3 times of such reply, I understood that there is no human behind this technology at all. And in this case, as a client, I just went. So I could not solve my question, and I did not see personal attention from that company to myself. So they left only technology around them, but no human that could assist me in the questions. So just to summarize, the key takeaways from our today's discussion is that, first of all, please focus on iterative improvements, on setting clear KPIs, and on human factor. And note that effective digitalization is not about using the latest tools. There are so many of them, and you will never be able to incorporate all of them in your business. But rather, it is strategic alignment with your business goals. And in this case, it will be step-by-step growth and step-by-step evolution of your company in the changing technology world. Now, one bonus for you. If you wish, we have developed the evaluation of your digitalization strategy questionnaire. It's absolutely free, so you can scan this QR code and visit our website to evaluate how is your company currently automated, and what are the recommendations where you can go next with your digitalization. To conclude, actually, we are currently presented in the ITB. This is our stand. It is hall 5.1, stand number 141. So if you want any advices from me, you're welcome to go there. I will be at that stand after the speech, and I will be happy to advise what can be useful for your business, taking into account your current state and your desired goals. Or you can stay in touch with us based on these contacts that you see on the current slide. So thank you very much for attention, and we have 10 minutes left for the questions, if you have any, if you would like to discuss something. Thank you. So if you have questions, you can raise your hands. If not, then we can finalize today. Okay, no questions. Yeah, thank you as well for attention, and maybe